Tubesky, what it dooski?
We are back for our third and final part, and as we said in the last video, we're going to start off talking about relationships, and sometimes you have difficulty forming healthy relationships after leaving a high control religious group like this one.
Really?
And I think a lot of the reasons why is just because so much of your life was dictated by other people. Mm-hmm. It's like they planned out your whole life. What was going to happen, who you were going to be, who you were going to marry, just everything.
At timelines, too, you need to be this by this age, yes, this by that age.
Literally. And so we did talk about this a little bit in the first video, but when you have been living your life like this to where everything is dictated by other
people,
you tend to attract controlling people into your relationships.
Yeah.
It's just the balance and harmony, right? So you're not a controlling person and you don't like making decisions. So guess what you're going to attract? Somebody who's controlling and who's going to make all the decisions.
Yep, and they can spot that because you're not somebody that's standing on 10 toes and be like, I'm about to do this, I'm going to do this, this is who I am. It's like, maybe, I got it. Let me tell you what to do.
Exactly. Yep. And sometimes what you end up doing is you mistake obedience for love or love for obedience. So like, yes, of course, especially I think this happens a lot with women, but even the men, a lot of the men who have left religions like or who are in religions like this, either they have taken on the role of like being very dictator-like, because that's what the religion kind of teaches of men.
Facts.
Or you have taken like a very feminine side to things to where you're like, everything is
everybody knows those brothers too. The easygoing brother with the controlling wife. Yeah.
Yes. So, but for women, you may mistake like your obedience to the man for love. Like, yeah, I love you. Like you make all the decisions for us, and whatever.
Yeah.
But the real reason that you're doing that is because you're afraid of conflict. You're afraid of telling somebody, this is how I really feel. You know what I mean? This is what this really makes me feel like, and what I really think about this. Because again, it might go back to what it was before, that fear of rejection or abandonment, all of that.
That's true. The sisters are not really supposed to speak up for themselves to the brothers. No, it's a no-go.
And it's an ongoing thing that you kind of have to work on.
Yep.
But another thing is sometimes in relationships, you can either overgive or you avoid deep connection, again, for fear of abandonment or rejection.
Yeah, you have no personality to really show because that was always wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that makes you kind of fear like interdependent relationships, which in my opinion, that's how I think all relationships should be. It shouldn't be you have a dependence on a person, or it shouldn't be, you're just fully independent. When two people are coming together, there should be some kind of interdependence between each other. And that's how you can connect and flow and make the relationship work, because it's you taking control of things, control of yourself, you know what I mean? But in order to go back into the relationship and make it work, it's the autonomy plus the connection.
That's a natural flow.
Yes.
I like how you brought that out, because think about if two people have their own things going on, and it's like, man, I like that you got good things going on.
Yeah.
I like that you got good things going on. Would you like to do these things
merge them
together? Like do our own things together?
Yeah.
Versus, man, I ain't got nothing going on and you got everything going on.
Let's make it work.
Yeah. How about we get together? Because I need somewhere to stay.
Right.
Now it's not authentic. Mm-hmm. Somebody has to be with you because I need something from you that I can't have unless I'm here.
Yes.
No.
And we've talked about this in the past. I talk about this a lot too when it comes to relationships. But if you're used to everything kind of being chaotic, which ends up happening sometimes in the religion too, because you have all of these external factors that are happening. So it makes your relationship with another person feel kind of chaotic. Like, okay, I got to make sure this person is okay with it, and I got to make sure this person is okay with it, and it just feels like chaos. But if you're used to that kind of relationship, yet you end up craving it, like the high highs and the low lows, and it makes the relationships that are just stable feel boring or feel like they're not enough, or like, do you really love me? Because you're not invoking these high highs and low lows.
Right, no dopamine hits.
That's all it is. It's just cheap dopamine hits. That's all it is. So it makes a healthy relationship look not as appealing or not feel appealing a lot of times.
True. To the next point. Identity crisis after freedom.
I think everybody went through this.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I think everybody can relate to this one.
Yeah.
The moment you found out the truth wasn't the truth, because it's like you came across some type of gem or information that everybody wanted hip to, and it became the real life.
Yeah.
The truth.
Yeah.
They put that in your head, the truth. So once you realize the truth is not the truth, is well, what is life?
Yeah.
What is Jehovah? What is the Bible real?
Is any of this
is
real?
Anything real? What is life? You are completely, it's like somebody hit the reset button on you as an adult versus when you are a baby coming out the womb crying and lost.
Yeah.
Now you have to figure out like, all right, I'm lost.
Confused.
I'm confused. I'm directionless. Because it's not like, all right, if you ever leave the organism, they give you a step-by-step guide on becoming a Jehovah's Witness. You need to do this, and that.
Yeah.
Study the Bible, come to the hall, go in service, give talks, get baptized, do these things, pioneer.
They gave you your direction.
Yeah.
They gave you your life path. You knew where you were going.
But leaving, it's like, well, if you leave, you're going to die. Like, that's it. So now you left, and it's like, are they right? And so many people go through, all right, am I being punished by Jehovah? Because they leave and say the next day their car break down. Oh, this is what they warned me about.
It's a sign.
It's a sign. I need to run back. So you are directionless. You don't know where to go. In reality, that's what life is. Life doesn't give you clear answers for a reason, because it gives you something to search for.
Yeah.
That's why so many religions, there's thousands of them, because everybody is looking for something.
Yeah.
And people have learned how to pimp other people by noticing you looking for something.
And I got
what you want for the right price.
Yeah.
Pay me and I will tell you what to think and what to believe. Yeah. That's where religion comes from.
We get that comment all the time. I just want to say real quick is that we get that comment all the time. Like, okay, well, if this isn't it, then what is? What do you guys believe? What's so much better than this? And it's just a comment that I find so funny, because that's the point, is it's your path, right?
Right.
So it just depends. You know what I mean? Like, where we were once Jehovah's Witnesses, which we still say to this day, we don't regret being Jehovah's Witnesses, because it brought us exactly to where we are right now. And exactly where we're supposed to be. Yeah. Everybody's life is like that. So sometimes you have to go through that, and maybe you'll be there forever, and that's your thing, right?
Yeah.
But maybe not. Maybe it won't work, and it'll lead you to something else.
Exactly. So there is no such thing as the right religion.
It's not.
It's not. It's all opinion. So there's no correct way for everybody to live their life. One person may want to be an entrepreneur, and another person wants to just work at a bakery.
Yeah.
Nobody's wrong. This person is satisfied and fulfilled with, I work this many days a week and this is what I do, and I love talking to the people in the community. And another person is like, I want a Ferrari and I want a big house.
Right.
And I want to be on yachts. Mm-hmm. That's where my fulfillment is. And being able to teach other people how to get rich.
Okay? If we wanted to, we could easily pimp out other people and tell them we have every single answer for them.
We could.
Right? We could absolutely do that. But the truth is, we don't have every answer for you. But we could tell you what worked for us.
Yeah, we could easily open up a church and get a 501c3 and collect money tax free.
Okay.
But that's not our vibe. You know what I'm saying? So another thing is, people are unsure who they are. Because you, for a long time, had things that you wanted to pursue, but you couldn't.
Yeah.
And once you leave that, it's like, who am I then? Yeah. Because I thought I was this. I thought Jehovah selected me to be an elder, but that's not even real. So dang, who am I?
Yeah.
That wasn't even my purpose. And it's a good thing also, because you get to search for everything. You get to try everything that you've ever been interested in, and you have the whole world out there to explore. Yep. You have all these options now. You are not being controlled on who you can decide to be. And another thing I like to touch on is people are unable to trust their own instincts.
That's such a good one.
You were told to go to the elders, rely on Jehovah. Now you can rely on self. And so freedom is a beautiful thing, but it requires things like this to relearn. You have to relearn how to think from scratch, believe in your own intuition, how to choose, how to go about life without having to get everybody else's opinion to do something. desires, your dreams. Live limitless. I tell people all the time, stop. Dreaming is free. It does not cost you anything to dream, to just sit there and imagine yourself with something wonderful or something great. It's free to think like that. And most importantly, trust in yourself. It's a reason that you want to do things, that you are drawn to certain things. Go for it. That right there is your telltale sign to go after something when you keep thinking about it, dreaming about it. It's always been on your mind. You've been avoiding doing it. Go out there and do it. This is how you find self.
Yeah, sometimes you have to even learn just how to dream again, because sometimes they've given you the dream. The dream is you got to make it to paradise. That's your dream. They give you pictures, illustrations. They make sure to describe it perfectly, so you forget how to dream because your dream is the paradise.
Right.
And then you also forget how to trust yourself. You got to relearn how to do that.
Yep. Sorry for the brief interruption, but we had to make sure you caught this deal if you haven't got it already. What we got to offer, babe?
We have our healing journals. We have the normal edition as well as the Pimo edition, just in case. And this is just packed with so many benefits. If you want to heal your relationship with others, heal the relationship you have with yourself, figure out your finances, find your purpose, become limitless, this is literally the journal to get.
And just how they use publications to bring us into a cult, they didn't give us anything to prepare us for leaving. So this is where we come in. It's a great deal. It's full of benefits. It'll help you find your higher self. And why not get it? Why not help yourself? Why not be able to help others with something so simple? Now back to our video.
Whenever you're going about and trying to rebuild all of these things and rebuild your identity and everything, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. But coming out on the other side is like, it's so worth it, And sometimes there is no direct other side. You're just going through it. But when you see points in your life like, okay, this is another little bright spot to where it's showing that I'm rebuilding, it really makes it worth it. It feels like clarity for your future and for who you are is returning back to you. It's like everything was cloudy and now the sky is opening back up for you. And your trust for yourself slowly grows after you've taken some time to heal that. Your confidence returns. That's a major one. I want to do a shout out to on TikTok, Shunned But Shining. That's such... She makes a lot of good little clippings about that, about your confidence returning after being shunned, and then shunned, and then going from shunned to shining. That's how I've been dope
this whole time. Y'all just don't get it. That's on y'all.
Yes.
Yeah.
You also feel like your purpose begins to emerge again, like you were living a life given your purpose, and now you can find it on your own. Your creativity comes back. For our creative people.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's limitless now.
Right.
Yep.
And you can do anything that you want with it. And that feels so good, is being able to create new things for your life and just having time to make a painting or make music or whatever that may be.
Yep.
Also, your boundaries begin to strengthen because you went a long time without having very many boundaries on people being able to talk over your life and tell you what it is that you need to do. Your relationships improve, mostly because your relationship with yourself has improved. You've been able to create those boundaries, and your life starts to feel like it's yours, like your destiny begins to feel like you have control over your destiny and it's not being hijacked anymore.
Yeah, I like the part about the boundaries because I always think of how the elders intimidate people.
Yeah.
In that moment, do you realize that I don't even have to answer your phone call.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't think of doing that as Jehovah's Witness, a witness trying to call and bombard you with questions or things you felt like you had to answer to them.
Oh my God, it feels like freedom.
Now it's like, I don't have to talk to you. I don't even have to explain myself. I don't have to show up to the meeting. I don't have to go to the memorial. I don't have to take off work for the convention and feel bad. I'm not doing that no more, and most importantly, I don't feel bad about it.
I personally have gone through so many of those experiences to where, like, just being able to say no to something went from me feeling so guilty about the no and feeling bad about the no and, oh, they must think I'm this, that, and the third, to now, my nose, I do not feel bad about my nose at all. Like, if I feel like I don't want to go and do something, I think there's balance with it, right? But if it's like, something random like I don't know, going out to brunch or something, if that day I just can't do it, I don't want to do it, I do not feel bad about saying no.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad.
I'm very anti-peer pressure.
Yeah,
like,
you are.
I am, like, especially if I truly do or don't want to do something,
yeah,
I don't care what you're talking about.
He doesn't even get peer pressured by me, y'all. I be trying.
No, it's like, no, because at the end of the day, I'm making somebody else fulfilling them and emptying me.
Yeah.
That don't make no sense to me. So when it comes to, like, family, you need to come by. Quit asking me about that.
Yeah.
Don't ask me no more.
Yeah, I'm not going.
Yeah,
You
so
helped teach me that a lot because I'm like, I don't feel bad about saying it.
No, you feel bad,
feel bad
for doing what somebody wants you to do and you not fulfilling yourself.
Yeah.
That's when you really feel bad. So what I'm about to make me feel bad for to help you, and you ask me to do some bull.
I'm telling you,
No.
we are strong believers of filling your own cup up because that's the only time you're able to really overflow into other people. You can't pour from an empty cup. So if you're trying to make sure that everybody else is fulfilled and you are not, it's their job to fulfill and to fill up their own cup.
True.
And it's your job to fill your own cup up.
Yeah, and especially this is what helps with being pressured. Is what you are asking me, is it beneficial? Mm-hmm. What am I giving up to do this?
Yeah.
When you think of those type of points, you realize I don't have to say yes to this, or I don't have to agree to this. This, what you are asking me to do, is not beneficial to my journey at all. So no, I'm not doing it.
Period.
Yeah.
So that is it with this video, and this is the last point to our 3-part. But this is why we make videos like this, because I think we've all experienced so many of these points that we have gone through, and there is a way out. There is light on the other side of the tunnel. If you just keep going through, life becomes so much more clear.
It does. And this is why it's important to talk to the right people, or even with coaching, like I do life coaching now.
Yep.
And sometimes we have potential, but we don't see it. And it takes somebody else to not tell you what to do, but to hold a mirror up and ask you questions.
Oh my gosh, sometimes that's all it takes. Babe is such a good life coach because he's helped me through so many different things. And he doesn't do it from like a... You know how sometimes it feels like people are judging you? Mm-hmm. It doesn't never feel like that. It just feels like you're asking me questions to get to the root of my problems and bringing me to my answer. Not your answer for me, but my answer.
And it's called, I learned about that in my coaching book, the advice monster.
Yeah.
We feel like we have the answers to things. So when somebody is going through something, we are constantly trying to give them solutions.
Yeah.
But what ends up happening a lot of times, when you are giving somebody advice, they take it as you know more than me, or you trying to tell me what to do, or you trying to belittle me.
Right.
So instead of telling somebody what to do, you just ask them, well, what would you like to do? Or, what's on your mind? Well, I'm thinking this, and that. Okay, so what's the real issue here for you?
Right.
Instead of, so why you do this wrong?
Why?
Why is a triggering thing? Why would you do that? Now you got now you got to be defensive, or okay, so what caused you to do that?
Yeah.
Well, it was such and such. And next thing you know, instead of me telling you what to do, you start to come with your own conclusions to connect dots on things you already know the answers to. You just haven't taken time to think about it. So sometimes with waking up from Jehovah's Witnesses, you ask somebody, okay, so they told you couldn't do such and such. If you could do anything you want to do at your time, what would that be? I don't know. Well, just give me anything. What's some hobbies? Well, I like to draw. Just limitless. Give me anything. Well, okay. Well, I saw people brighten up and open up.
Yeah.
Because this stuff has always been internal. It's just been turned off.
And the questions, that's what I'm saying about all of these questions too, is because you have been looking at external validation this whole time, you forget to even ask yourself those questions.
Yeah.
And sometimes it does take another person to ask you to trigger that question for you to dig inside of yourself and say, oh, this is what I like. This is what brought me joy at a time, and to go through that list. And you get to go and do those things now.
Yeah, you say, all right, so what's stopping you from doing it? I don't have time. Well, what time do you wake up? Mm-hmm. Well, what if you woke up 10 minutes earlier?
Yep.
Could you do something with that? Next thing you know, everything opens up and there's your answers.
Facts.
Yeah, so
that was a little snippet. Okay.
Yeah, a little snippet. We'll get more into that in the future. But let us know what y'all thought in the comments. Mm-hmm. Tell us some of your creative things that you tapped into. Yeah. Some things that you realized wasn't exactly what you thought. Mm-hmm. Even about yourself. You might have thought, I'm this type of person. Then you realize, no, I'm not. This is actually who I am. Share that with us.
Yeah.
Hit us in the comments. Hit us on our Instagram at Awaken Truths IG. Don't forget our TikTok at Awaken Truths LLC.
Catch us in our next video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Peace.